Hello, hello. Let's see who's here. See who's hanging out today. I have all kinds of fun stuff going on today. I'm feeling like we're just going to make a mess today. And that's just what's going to have to happen. Although, I'm missing a very key ingredient and I don't know where it is. And I don't know where I put it. And that is sad. Sad, sad. I see somebody here. So, I decided just a few minutes ago, actually, that I'm gonna make ATCs. Now, a lot of you tell me that ATCs are not your thing, or you don't know how to make them, or you're intimidated by them, or whatever the case may be. And so I am here to tell you that ATCs are super easy, and so we're gonna make them, okay? I'm even wearing my nice sweatshirt and I don't want to ruin it, so we're gonna make a mess in a very clean way. So this is an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and ATCs are 3.5 by 2.5. So I make my first cut at 3.5. Then I turn the paper this way and I make this cut at 3.5. And I make this cut at 3.5. And this way, I get 9 ATCs out of one sheet of paper. And we always have 9 is our number for ATCs. Excuse me. So then it's just a matter of cutting these down to 2.5. So 1, 2, and then this one should come out perfectly. It should be 2.5, which it is. It's 2.5 and a little sliver. So then this one, 2.5. 2.5. And 2.5. Again, this just has like the tiniest little sliver on it, so I cut it off. You don't have to. So there's 6. Then I have my last sheet of paper, and again, 2.5, 2.5, and 2.5. And then my only waste is these 2 little strips, and I generally find a way to use these in some way or another. So, and as you can see, by doing that, I have 9 ATCs out of one sheet of paper. So then I know already that I'm going to matte these. I like black to be the back. Then I want to do a brown matte. So I have a piece of Sweet Sentiment coloring paper. Again, I start with the 8.5 side and I cut that to 3.5. However, this is going to be my matte, so I'm gonna remove 1/8 of an inch. So I'm actually gonna cut this to 3 3/8. Then I took this out of the trimmer like this. I'm gonna turn it just 1/4 of a turn. And same thing, I'm gonna cut this at 3 3/8. And again, at 3 3/8. So here's my same piece of paper from there. Then instead of 2.5, I'm going to cut it at 2 3/8. Again, because I'm making a mat, so this will be framed perfectly. And I need to make 9 of those, so 2 3/8. And 2 3/8. So there's 3. Hey, Renee. I was just gonna say hello. Nobody's talking. I don't know if my comments are working or not. So I would love for you to type a message so that I know if my comments are working. Okay. And then my last sheet of paper, again, 3 cuts, each at 2 3/8. Okay, so there's my scraps. And I have my 9 pieces. Okay, so this is the basis of my ATCs. So now I'm going to take, this is a piece of Sweet Sentiment coloring paper. Ooh, 3D witch hats. And this paper, I'm also going to cut ATC size, but I'm going to use these really cool distress mica stains in order to color them. And you got to shake them really hard so you can make the color go up. So again, I'm going to cut these, but again, I'm going to cut these 1/8 of an inch smaller than the previous one. So I'm going to start out on this side and I'm going to cut it 3 1/4. I'm going to rotate my paper just 1/4 of a turn. And I'm going to again do, ooh, I don't want that side because it's got a crease in it. So 3 1/4. So there's a little crease in my paper right here. So I'm going to cut that part off. Okay. So now I'm going to cut these to 2 1/4. Now you could make these as one full sheet, and a lot of people actually do, and I just cut that the wrong size. Damn. Sorry, I meant 2 1/4. I said 2 1/4, and I cut it at 2 1/8. And that's dumb. That's what I get for talking and carrying on. So I'm going to have to recut that one. Anyways, a lot of people make their sheet as an entire sheet and then cut it up. And generally speaking, that is what I do, the methodology that I use. But I'm doing something a little bit different on these. And so I want to do them individually. And I'll show you why in just a little bit. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because I cut this one the wrong size. So I'm going to grab another piece of Sweet Sentiment paper. Since I'm a dork. Sorry, it happens. At least you know I'm real. Hi, Cheryl. Hey, pal. Ooh, you're stirring epoxy. Hi, Marlene. Thank you guys for popping on. Okay, which it works out because I think I probably need this anyways. So I'm going to start by, and I hate doing this because it's totally going to ruin my stamp. Stamping with archival ink totally stains your stamp. And nothing annoys me more. It's a lie. There's a lot of things. Because I cut one the wrong size. So I'm a dork. It's fine. I hate discolored stamps. It's just one of my pet peeves. I don't know why. It's not like it's that big of a deal. But discolored stamps are just a thing. So maybe, yeah, I'm going to do this instead. I'm going to use VersaFine instead of archival ink because the sentiment isn't actually going to touch anything once I finish these. Okay, I want to use the sentiment from the Sentimental Susan stamp set because I really love it. It says, I hope there are days when your coffee tastes like magic, your playlist makes you dance, strangers make you smile, and the night sky touches your soul. I hope you fall in love with being alive again. And I just really, really love this sentiment. Like it just, I don't know. I love it. 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 So I'm going to stamp this sentiment 9 times. Which means I need to get my stamp chamois ready. I have a couple of stamp chamois. Oh, and Lena, by the way, we're almost out of stamp chamois. We need another order. So I totally cheat and I just use my sprayer to get it wet. I don't like actually go to the sink and get it wet and all that kind of stuff. I'm just lazy. It's fine. And okay, so this VersaFine ink pad I've had forever, and it has a crack in the lid. Like, look at this big, huge crack. Like, that's a huge crack in the lid. And obviously, it's been, like, used and abused and everything. And it is still so juicy. Hey, Linda. That, like, it's almost too juicy. I don't know what VersaFine does, but holy wow. So, there you go. A little more pressure. It's still not a perfect stamp, so I'm going to stamp it again. I do like VersaFine ink because it's a very vibrant black. Now, I'm just going to push my thumb in the middle of this because that's where it's not stamping properly and not worry about the peripheral. See, it made it do what I wanted it to do. So, hooray. Then I'm going to clean this off. Now, the important part of if you are double stamping or like moving your stamp around and you use a chamois is to make sure you dry it. And that's usually why I have a second chamois so that I can dry my stamp, because otherwise you'll get water marks on the next place that you stamp. So what's up, people? What are you guys doing this weekend? What's going on out there in Facebook land? Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. Hi, Jen. Happy belated birthday. I mean, it's still your, well, it's not your birth month anymore, but I haven't really talked to you since then, so just to say it in person, happy belated birthday. It's so weird to me that it's already October. Is it weird to anybody else that it's October? My neighbors started putting up their Halloween decorations. That's how I know it's October. Trying to organize things. Having dinner at Cracker Barrel. It's not dinner time. Oh, I guess it's 5 o'clock for you, huh? I keep forgetting that you're in a totally different time zone. You're driving home from knitting? Ooh, I was just working on your blanket. I know, it's going to take me, you know, forever to finish it, but I only work on it when I, like, am in that headspace. So, you know it's made with love because it's taken me, you know, a year. It's fine. My daughter, Reveal Baby Book, she's due in 3 weeks. Yay! Is this her first? I hope that by doing this project with you guys today, that you will see ATCs as more approachable and join in our ATC swaps because they really are a lot of fun. So here's the first 3. Let's see if I can fit one on here. Clean out. She's 37. Oh, that's the best age ever. We're making ATCs. I'm just making a set of ATCs just for the heck of it because I want you guys to see. So I cannot tell you how many people come to me and say, I can't do ATCs. I'm not artistic enough, or I'm so afraid that when I swap them, they're not going to be as good as everybody else's, or whatever. And so I'm going to show you how easy it is to make super cool ATCs without it being like coloring a whole bunch or stuff like that. So there's 4. That means I can probably fit one on this. I cleaned under cabinets and found another yellow chamois roll. Want more yellow? I can whip them up. Yeah, do yellow. Whip them up, baby. I do love that purple and that teal that you did last time, though. Those were stinking cool. But I'm down. So this is 5. This is why you need 2 chamois. Thought I had a blank piece of paper. Just hanging out. Maybe it's right here. Oh, I do. This is number 6. Ooh, I don't really have to clean this one because I can just go like this. Is it gonna work? Number 7. These magnets, I tell you, whew, they are strong. Number 8. Oh, Milligan, did you buy the Disney game yet? And number 9. Okay. Now, again, my lid doesn't fit very well because it's busted, but now I'll probably take this stamp to the sink and wash it. Maybe not. Because the letters are so small, there's like black ink gunk that gets in between. These are directly from My Sweet Petunia, Cheryl. They're from the people who make the Misties, and they are strong, let me tell you that. I've had them snap my fingers a couple of times. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to put this back on here, and I usually do it with like a piece of white paper behind it so I can see where it goes. Okay. And then I will put that back in here. And then in my to be filed section. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my little sidekick. I love this little thing. I'm going to put my chamois away. And I actually like to flip them so that the wet one is next to the air holes so it dries better. Then I'm going to take this and I'm going to grab my little plate and line it up. Oh, sweet. Don't forget to friend me. I'm really excited. And then I just run this through my little sidekick. I never thought that I would use this thing, and actually I gave it to my mom once upon a time. Because I just didn't use it. And then suddenly I had like one use for it. So I was like, hey, and my mom had never even used it. She threw it in her closet and didn't use it. And I was like, hey, are you going to use that? And she was like, I don't know. My mom's not like a paper crafter. She does everything else. She sews and paints and all kinds of stuff. And so I was like, are you ever going to use that? And she's like, I don't know. I don't even really know what it does. And I was like, oh, well, can I try it again? And so I was totally an Indian giver, and I took it back. And now I use it all the time, and I love it. So there you go. And there's not a ton of clearance on these dies. So if you cut this, if you stamp your stamp and don't use like a Misty and you get it like a little bit wonky, there's not a ton of clearance on these dies. So you have to stamp pretty straight on in order to get them, like, right? It does. It comes in handy. It does. So you have to be careful when stamping it that you don't like twist your wrist or, you know, do something weird, because I like the clearance on the dies to be really thin, and so that's how they were designed. And yeah. I love it's just quick and easy, and you can do, you know, one little die at a time, and most of the sentiments fit through here, and it's just, it's very handy. It's very, very handy. Sandy's watching? Yay! Let the shenanigans begin. Oh my goodness, Sandy Ledoux, you really are cleaning stuff out. She called me earlier today. She's like, I'm taking the day off of Sweet Sentiment because I got to clean. You're going to be here. And I was like, oh my God, you don't have to clean for me. And she's like, I'm just using that as an excuse. I really have to clean stuff. So she has been like destashing and getting rid of stuff like crazy and seriously cleaning. I think it's like the 7-year itch. Like have you been in your house for 7 years or 10 years? 10-year itch? You have to like just clean everything out. Okay. Sandy, we're making ATCs today, just for the heck of it. Frankly, because I'm in a very non-crafty mood. And it's the type of thing that I could muster being in a non-crafty mood. Let's just be for real. Let's call a duck a duck. More than 10 kids are gone, so now cleaning out everything, so much work, right? Got rid of the kids, now you gotta get rid of all their crap. It's kind of fun, I'm telling you. Getting all these, like, crafty little machines and stuff. Like, I don't know, I just think it's cool. I find it really fun. I did not think I was going to be a crafty machine hoarder, and here I am, just killing it. That's what you're doing? Shredding the craft room, hard time getting rid of crafty things. I might need that stamp. What stamp do you not have? This Sentimental Susan? Jen, you don't have it? I just love this saying. That one cut out like straight up perfectly. Love it when I get it lined up just absolutely perfectly. It makes me happy. I should be a pro at lining this one up by now. Right, Cheryl? Don't we have a way of collecting? Oh, yeah, that's how I am. can't get rid of this stamp set. I mean, I haven't used it since I bought it, but I bought it because it was cute, and I had a project in mind for it when I bought it. I just haven't used it yet. I haven't done that project yet. Of course, now I don't remember what that project is, but whatever, semantics, it's fine. I have a number of stamp sets like that. It is World Card Making Day. You are correct. It is World Card Making Day. And I'm not, well, I guess ATCs are artist trading cards. So technically, I am making cards. But, yeah. Anybody else doing anything for World Card Making Day? I know there's a lot of businesses who are having sales out there, but I just want you guys to know, if you see on my personal Facebook a project that I'm working on. I am working on a very big project for a friend. She's one of our crafty friends. So you will be seeing some stuff come out, information come out with regards to that. If you're not akin to it, then please just scroll past. If you are, then groovy. But I just wanted y'all to know that I am working on it. The sentiment, it says, I hope there are days when your coffee tastes like magic, your playlist makes you dance, strangers make you smile, and the night sky touches your soul. I hope you fall in love with being alive again. It's one of the few sentiments that is not snarky. One of the few sentiments that I really love that's not snarky, and it's on the Sentimental Susan stamp set. There's an welcome mat for little Joe's 4-H buyers. He added 5 more. Wow. Quite the little entrepreneur there. Okay, so I'm done with my little machine. So I'm going to set that aside. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to use these stamp sets or not, but I have them out and handy just in case. Okay, so now the funsies. Are you ready? So I'm going to start by, I like rounding my corners, and I like doing cards that have like opposite corners rounded. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And as you can see, this is just a Creative Memories corner rounder that Sandy bought me because she knows how much I love rounding corners. And I've used the heck out of it, obviously. And she bought it for me almost exactly a year ago, Sandy, because wasn't it at the Sacramento show that you bought this for me? And we're creeping up on the Sacramento show here again real soon. People can add on? Are you serious? That's crazy. How do they figure out which buyer the animal goes to? Must be nice, man. We had to work hard for our money. Okay. So I have these. So now what I'm going to do is I have these Distress Mica stains, and I really like these. I think they're just super duper cool. And there's some really cool colors. I don't have all the colors by any means. This is all I have. And I have one more that's black that I can't find anywhere that I absolutely adore. And I don't know where it is. And I usually leave it out on my desk because it's my favorite one to use. And I just have no idea where it is. So I'm going to use Hocus Pocus. I'm going to use Snow Flurries. I think I'm going to use... I'm going to use Jack-o'-lantern. And then I'm going to use Bubbling Cauldron. And then... I want that like a yellow, so I'm going to use Flickering Candle. Okay, so those are the ones that I'm going to use. Some of these aren't even open yet, which is fine. Whatever. Okay. Wow. That's cool as heck. So I'm going to set these out. Like this. Can you see all of them? Hopefully you can see all of them. And I'm going to go ahead and move my keyboard because my keyboard's sitting right there. Because every time I do this, I get spray all over my keyboard. So that's a thing. Okay. I'm going to move the sentiments. I'm giving myself a wide berth here. Because otherwise I make a big mess. Can you guys feel my indecision? Can you feel it? All right, thanks, bestie. Have fun. So with these mica stains, all the pigment sits at the bottom, so you have to really shake them. Okay, got that blue shaken up. So I'm just gonna spritz. It's really, honestly, that easy. I'm gonna go with the green next. Okay, let's see if I can find the little opening part on here. I can't, it's fine. Going for the scissors. The plastic on these is like insane, you guys. It's like as thick as the bottle. I've never had that problem with these. Of course, I don't use them all that much, so I honestly can't tell you. But I would imagine if you need to clean the nozzle, you can do such a thing. Okay, so I kind of sprayed that up as at a corner. I would imagine you can clean them, Marlene. I just haven't had to do that yet. Not that I won't have to, but I just haven't had to. I don't know how much coming from that direction actually helped me, to be honest. I mean, I can get the plastic off the bottle on this one, but not off the top. Sorry, I should have opened these before I went live. I didn't think about it. And now you guys get to watch me ride the struggle bus. And probably stab myself in the finger with my scissors. Yeah, I would imagine, Marlene, just the using alcohol or hot soapy water to get rid of that mica that's in the little spray cap would do the trick. So I like to spray these from like different directions. See if this one's even gonna work. What the hey? Well, apparently the orange doesn't work. So there's that. It's shaking everywhere when I shake it. Like literally everywhere. All over everything. But there's more than one way to skin a cat, my friends. Oh, it's gonna work. Oh, that's a cool color of orange too. I like it. I told you I was about to make a mess. Y'all didn't believe me, did you? Okay. We're going with purple. Say to wipe off nozzle after use. Well, there you go, right from Timmy's mouth. That was a little heavy on the purple on that one. I went heavy on the purple on all of them. Totally fine. So as you can tell, I'm just making a big mess, and that's okay, because that's what's fun about this. These things are cool though. Oh, shoot. Look at how fun those are. I like them. I'm going to go back to the teal though. And I'm going to spray a little more teal because it got lost. Groovy. So now the point of these is you have to sit and let them dry. Or if you're impatient, you can heat set them, which is probably what's going to end up happening. But before I do such a crazy thing, I'm going to splatter paint them too because, you know, why not, right? Look at pulling up the sleeves. So this is one of the Sweet Sentiment candy cups. So essentially, hopefully you guys can see this over here, is I take some white acrylic paint. Michelle, I like it on my Switch. But from what I understand, you can log into your account from either one. So it doesn't matter. It'll pick up your game because it saves it to the cloud. The cloud. So I take the white acrylic paint and then I take my sprayer. Oh my God, I got orange spray everywhere. And I just add some water to this and water it down. Now, the reason I'm doing this while it's wet is because I want that white to like ghost out. So otherwise you can wait till it's dry if you want the white to stay more intact. Look at how cool that is. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. You guys, my craft room is about to look like a crime scene up in here. Okay. So there's that. I bet you guys never thought I could be so messy, huh? So then I'm just going to take this and I'm going to set this aside so I can clean some of this stuff up. And then we're going to pull out the heat gun. When you pull out the heat gun and these are still wet, you can kind of play with the ink some and move it around. And that's going to be my aim, is to kind of move it around some. But I want to clean up some of this over splatter. Otherwise, it's going to be a massive mess. And that's why I work on a glass mat, because it's so much easier to clean. I am going full throttle. You are correct. Thank you for noticing, Nona. But notice that it's like, you know, measured. I'm cleaning up in between. I have my moments. I kind of wasn't feeling super crafty today, so I was feeling just like making a mess. These are actually drying really quickly, so I probably won't even use my heat gun. I was going to kind of play with the inks, but we're just going to move on. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my corner rounder while I give these a minute to dry. And I'm going to round the corners, so it'll be the same corners that are on these. So, as you can tell, in the making of these ATCs, there has been no coloring. There has been no, you know, real artistry. Right now, so far, I sprayed some paper with some messy stuff. So, FYI, ATCs do not have to be like these perfect little Monets. They can be whatever you want them to be. Patterned paper with a sentiment stuck on, stickers. There's so many different things that you can do with ATCs that I hate for you guys to not participate because you're afraid that you're not artistic enough or something along those lines. Whatever you create that you feel like fits the theme, I mean, we're not going to come back at you and be like, no, that doesn't fit the theme. We're going to be like, cool, thanks for playing along. So whatever you feel like fits the theme, it's open for your interpretation. Okay. So what I wanted to show you is the reason I did that white paint while this was still wet is look at the almost like galaxy type feel that it gives that. Isn't that cool? So it kind of bleeds. It kind of picks up some of the distress color. It does really, really cool stuff when you do that when it's still wet. So I know a lot of people do the splatter painting and they wait till it's dry and you get that really stark white, but that's not always what you're going for. So just FYI, experiment, do some weird stuff, see what happens. Okay? Don't be afraid. Don't be like me. That's what used to hold me back from mixed media stuff, is I was afraid I was going to do it wrong. And then I found out that there is no wrong. It's art. And there is no wrong. You cannot do wrong. Okay. Now, I'm going to take these and I'm going to glue them together. That is a punk. There we go. All right. So time for some Barely Art glue. And then when I'm done with these, I'm going to go back and work on Milligan's blanket some more, because I'm really in the mood to do that. Right? Aren't they super cool? I love them, Cheryl. They're very neat. I don't use them very often because you can see they're kind of messy, but I mean, I have the black one. It's called like Gravestone or something along those lines. And it's usually sitting out on my desk because I do use that one a ton. And if you're just using like one color on something, it's not quite so messy. And I'm usually like using Distress Oxide inks on stuff. So to be able to just, you know, like spritz it with the black is super cool and usually fairly contained. But my whole point of this live is to show you guys that ATCs can be very fun, very easy, very approachable. They don't have to be super fussy. You don't have to be intimidated by them. And they're actually kind of cool because it's like this little teeny, you know, like we're so used to doing cards and trying to make room for everything on this big card. It's almost freeing a little bit to make these little vignettes. And with our ATC swaps, you can do all your cards the same, like I'm doing, or you can do them all differently. That's how Lena prefers to do her ATCs, is to make each one of them different, because she hates doing repetitive stuff in her paper crafts. Sorry, pal, throwing you under the bus there. And so she prefers to make all of her ATCs different. And that's cool too. You can do whatever you want. Our challenge is meant to inspire, not require. Okay, so now my bases are done. And you don't have to do all of this stuff. You can just do it single layer if you want. I mean, it's, again, totally up to you. So, oh, look at how awesome that's going to look. Eek! Okay, so I have one more step that I really want to do, and it's just a personal thing for me. But I don't like leaving these just like this. I like to actually do around the edges. So I'm going to grab my ground espresso and some of these are still kind of wet. So I'm going to dab them. To just take off the pools. And that'll help them dry faster without me turning on my heat gun and blowing your guys' ears out. I don't like using my heat gun when I'm on live video because it's just so loud. I mean, not like it's any worse than any other heat gun, but it's just turning that on while I'm on live doesn't really sit well. So I'm going to go like this, and I'm just going to come in on the edges of these. And I feel like it gives it just that finishing touch. See the difference? You might like it better like this. I just think it looks cool, so that's what I do. Finally got to a spot where you can sit down and watch. Flip it around. I just think it's super duper neat. So that's why I do it. It just makes it look more complete to me. It doesn't look like I have a raw edge that I just cut. I'm going to have to straight up wash my hands hardcore when I am done with this. Y'all, I can feel my skin crawling. I bet Nona can. I bet she can feel me cringing right now. I use the Sweet Sentiment coloring paper. That's pretty much when I do anything of color. So whether it's my oxide inks or pencil coloring, marker coloring, stamping, anything that I do, I use the Sweet Sentiment coloring paper. Now, obviously, if you used a different blend of colors, you can make this, you know, much more bright and fun. I was just feeling like kind of dark and stormy. Remember I said I wasn't really in a crafty mood? Look at me getting all crafty now. I also really am into the like antique look on a lot of, when I do my mixed media stuff, I really am into the like antique kind of look, or worn or shabby, whatever it is that you want to call it. I really, really like that. And so since my coloring is so bold and bright, I think that my mixed media has taken a turn to the opposite side of that spectrum. As we should. Well, thanks, Nona. So yeah, I feel like my mixed media goes to the opposite end of that spectrum. Okay. Those look rustic and ew, look at my fingers. Ew, it's disgusting. Ugh. Okay. Yes, I really do sound like that inside my own head. Great thing about oxide inks is that you can just spray them with water and wipe them down. About to put my glass mat in the dishwasher too. Anybody else put their glass mat in the dishwasher? It's a great way to clean it. Okay. So now I take them and I glue them down. Yeah, it works. You wish you had a glass mat? Oh my gosh, they're awesome. So Milligan, here is my secret to you. See this big mat that I have? See how it says lefty? I am not a lefty. But if you buy the lefty mat off of Amazon, it's like 1/3 of the price. So FYI, buy the lefty mat. Because I think that this mat is normally like $70, and I got it for 25 bucks on Amazon because it's a lefty. So, pro tip, buy the left-handed mat. Look at the orange I got all over me. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm just gonna have to go take a shower at this point. I might need a stiff drink after this. See what I do in the name of art for you guys? Yeah, they start from over here, but it does that on my right-handed mat too. Let me make sure. Yeah, on my right-handed mat. So this is my right-handed mat. It starts at 0 here too. And on the left-handed mat, it starts at 0 and goes the same direction. So literally not any different. Other than the white palette is on the opposite side. But I will tell you, these glass mats, worth every dime. I like it because I'm a clean freak when I craft. And so it helps that I can wipe up my mat multiple times. Right? You should have known. Yes, these are Tim Holtz. These are the Tonic Studios mixed media craft mat. And I peeled the thing off of here and I just leave it off. I don't have any purpose to keep that palette thing on there. But I mean, see how easy that just wipes up? Oh, here goes Archie. Lady just walked past the front of my house with a Springer Spaniel, so I knew Archie was gonna go nuts. Oh, she did? I didn't know that. Yeah, right, Cheryl? I don't understand people who can keep that thing on there. It just makes no sense to me. But hey, if you're one of those people, knock yourself out, man. Mine was on there for like 2 hours, and then I was like, I don't even understand this. And I'm a keep stuff in its original box type of person, so if that should tell you how much you really don't need that. And you can buy like replacement ones of those to put over the top of the palette. And again, I'm like, I don't understand. I don't get it. So here we are, almost done with these ATCs. There's a couple more steps. And the rest of it, honestly, is really just decorating it. Like this part is the structural part. This is the card. This is me trying to make sure it's straight before the glue sets. Yes, exactly. That's the only difference. So the lefty one, this white part, this white window that has, these are like supposed to be palette spots for like your watercolors and stuff. Or you can take like your Mica sprays, or if you like use your distress, you can put your distress right here. So like a lot of people will go like this and put ink right there. And then that way you can use it if you're like watercoloring with them or whatever. So you have like a palette right here. The only difference between the right-handed mat and the left-handed mat is that the lefty is on the left side and the righty is on the right side. So this black part stays the same. It's just this piece that is put over on this side. That's literally the only difference. So when I saw that the lefty ones were so much cheaper, I was like, yes, please. And I'm gonna tell you, as a right-handed person, I honestly prefer the left-handed mat. And I'll tell you why. As a right-handed person, I tend to brush with my right hand, right? Makes sense? So like with this or whatever, I'm going like this, but my arm is like on the board over here. So I'll wipe stuff off. I don't use my left hand. So I sit here, I hold my paper with my left hand. It's easier for me to put all my colors here because then I don't wipe them. Or when I set stuff down, because I'm right-handed, I set all my stuff over here. And if my palette was over here, they'd be sitting on my palette. So it's easier for me to have all of my colors on the left-hand side. So personal preference, but to me, it works better because all my stuff ends up over here and it won't interfere with my paints. Oh my gosh, that dog is on a rampage today. Do you hear him? It doesn't help that my husband's teasing him. Okay. Yes, I go through a lot of tissues because I'm always wiping stuff up with them. Okay, so now you remember all of these. So what I might do, what do I want to do? I guess right smack dab in the middle. That's just what it's just where we're going with this. So I'm going to pull out my Sweet Pops. You guys ready for me to use a zillion and two Sweet Pops again? Now, I do like to use my tweezers for this part because it gets my big fat hand out of the way so I can see like where center is. All right, can you guys see all of them? Ooh, y'all got quiet again. Where did you go? Where did my peanut gallery go? I can't live without my peanut gallery. Thanks, Milligan. Are you in awe? Is that why you're not talking? Are you so shocked that I made a messy project? Always. You guys, this is why you buy rolls and rolls of Sweet Pops at one time. And then you cut them all off of the roll. And you store them in a little container like this. Hi, Archie. Did you talk Dad out of dinner already? So I just took the label off the package and put it on here. And I just have them all cut apart and ready to go. So then at this point, you can go nuts. If you want to tie bows and put bows on them, you can. If you want to put sequins on them, you can. If you want to put enamel dots on them, you can. Like, whatever tickles your fancy. I personally love enamel dots, so I might be putting some enamel dots on here. But I have these really cool gems from the ton that I've been using, and man alive, I really like them too. So, and then you guys know I'm also a big Stickles fan, and I use my Stickles all the time. I go through tons and tons of Stickles. I hear that Stickles is like chapstick. People say that they buy it and then they never actually finish one. I go through lots of Stickles. I've finished like 5 or 6 of them. For sure. I think this one's my favorite one. So you can see that it's kind of a repetitive project because you are making 9 of them. But have I done anything that y'all can't do? Like, I sprayed some spray and I glued some paper. I rounded some corners so it looked extra special. See, like, you can tie bows and put little bows on them. You can, yeah, I mean, there's so much stuff you can do. I think I am going to use the ones from the ton, though. Because Sandy got me these cool, so check them out. So there's the clear, and then there's the black, and then there's these cool, like, iridescent ones. And I'm thinking I might use the black ones because of the black backing paper. And then I have just random sequins in here. So let me bust out the crystal katana. No idea where I got this. I think Sandy gave it to me. And we're going to start putting some dots on these bad boys. I like to put some of them out on the desk. Of course, that one's going to glue itself to my project right from the get-go. Look at that. How fun. And it's so easy, you guys. It's just so easy. So, I hope y'all take inspiration from this. And I hope you guys sign up for the next ATC swap. I hope to have our biggest swap ever. because now you know you can do it, right? Did I inspire any of you? Or do y'all already do the ATC swap? I have? Yay, Milligan! That makes me happy. I don't like to put uniform sizes on. I like to put them all different sizes. I love it. I love it. I love it. I want this little teeny tiny one. There we go. Look at how cute that little teeny tiny one is. That's the same size, so I don't want that one. This one. I want this one. But it won't flip over for me. Oh my goodness. There we go. That was going to be the bane of my existence. Being in Canada, it's hard with the mail and the cost, and sometimes my health holds me back. You did an awesome lesson today. Well, Cheryl, there is something that we can work out for you, because we do have a couple of people that are abroad that like to participate. And so if you shoot me a DM or shoot Sandy a DM and say that you would like to participate, but you are in Canada, then we will tell you what the little workaround we have is. Basically, we tell you a couple of months at a time. And so you can make 3 or 4 sets at a time and mail them all at once. And just mail them with a stamp. And Sandy will give you the date of that, when you would need to have them to her by. And then that way you can mail 3 or 4 sets at a time, because it still costs you the same amount with the stamp. So it's just like one global stamp. So I think it's 3 sets at a time. So you do like it's basically like a half a year. And that way you can still participate. But you end up getting them once every 6 months instead. Which is actually kind of cool, because you get a whole bunch of ATCs at the same time. And it gives you plenty of time to work on them too, especially since I know that your health is an issue. So it gives you the opportunity to work on them when you have your good days. Hey, Dad. How are ya? I love it when my dad pops on to watch. He never says anything, but I see him lurking in the corners. You guys, these honey bowls are just so darn handy, especially for stuff like this. These gems tend to be top heavy, so they want to sit upside down. Look at that little teeny tiny one though. Isn't that cute? Hi, Dad. Yeah, right? Keeping an eye on me. For sure. So Cheryl, yeah, if that's something that you're interested in, definitely contact Sandy and tell her you'd like to participate in the ATC swaps, but you'd like to send, 3 or 4 months at a time. 3 or 4 months worth. And remember, since we only do them every other month, that's what creates that, 6 months in between. Or you could even just do, 2 of them at a time, if that's all that you want to commit to, because I mean, that's only 18 ATCs. And that's pretty doable. But do you guys want me to show you my ATC binder so you can see what we've done? And then that way you can see if it's something you want to do. I'm more than happy to share that with you. Yes, Milligan says yes. We got to have more than just Michelle because, then she's going to let it go to her head and she's going to get all arrogant that, she starts making requests and I just follow whatever she says. I'm just messing with you, Michelle. Don't unfriend me yet. All right, there we go. There's the last one. So look at that. I mean, not too bad. 1 hour and 20 minutes, and I talked all the way through it, and I made 9 ATCs. And again, you guys don't have to be intimidated by them because there wasn't any coloring or anything difficult involved. The most difficult thing is going to be the cleanup for me because, ew. So let me grab my ATC binder. It's getting really full. I'm going to have to get a bigger binder. So I put them in these trading card sleeves. These are just for like baseball cards or Pokemon cards or whatever. You can order them on Amazon. So this is one of the first ATC swaps that I did. And my very favorite ATC of all time is this one. And it is made by the amazing Christy Dahlman, who is our artist for a lot of our stamps. And it is a hand-drawn and watercolored ATC. And it is literally, I mean, what a piece of art. I want to get it framed. It is so cool. And then this one is one that inspires me a lot. This is from Leah Tees. And she's who made me start my journey, my mixed media journey. And then these are what are called artist trading coins. And so I believe this horse one Lena made. Yep. So Lena made that one. And then the little Dobby, I mean, I just love him. And look at this little alien up here. Isn't he so cute? Look at him knocking stuff over. Isn't he so cute? I just love him. So anyways, this one was unicorn themed. This is one of the very first ones we did for Sweet Sentiment. And somebody even sent a unicorn paper clip. And then this one was red, white, and blue. And so like Linda did these ones. These were really cool. It says Texas because she's from Texas. And she colored little Texas flags and put a ribbon and then just cut these out and put little dots on them. Super cute. Somebody wrote life is better with a stash. Who made that one? That's really cute. The purple hippo. I don't even know who the purple hippo is. So no coloring involved on that one either. This is just stamps. This one is somebody put together with like paper and they just die cut these things out. So that's really cool. Then what was the theme on this one? I cannot remember. Oh, snarky. So the theme was snarky. So look at how different all of these are. So yeah. Then this one was Haunted Forest. So super duper cool. This is just stamped trees. Ooh, I just noticed there's a sentiment stamped over the top of that. When witches go riding and black cats are seen, the moon laughs and whispers, 'tis near Halloween. I just noticed that. It's embossed in clear. How cool is that? Can you guys see that? Awesome. And then this is like mixed media backing, and then they just put twigs over the top of it, and it says a wicked thing. This one was kawaii. So anything that was little kawaii things. Super cute. This one I believe was bunnies. And then the reason this is in with the bunnies, the little librarian girl, is because it was supposed to be with a different set, but she got it in late, so it just came with the bunnies. But look at this hand-painted one. How cool is that? This one's just cut out and embossed. Super cool. Look at, they put a little fuzzy tail on this guy. This one was florals. So again, anything goes. She has flowers. She's looking at a flower. These are all different kinds of flowers. All you people putting butterflies on them. This is bees, obviously. So lots of little buzzy bees. This one was gnomes. What was this one? Punch of color, that's right. So the punch of color, you were supposed to do everything black and white except for one color. So this one had green, this one had pink, this one had teal, yellow. This one they did all yellow with a little bit of black and white. This is really cool how they cut this one out and did this one. Awesome. Like, just super duper cool. This one was things with wings. Look at this super beautiful ladybug. How cool is that? And then Sandy and these little dragons. I knew that things with wings would get me a bunch of butterflies. This one was Under the Sea. This one was patriotic. Oh, Stars and Stripes. So see, this one's just stars and stripes, literally. How cool is all of this? Like, people are so creative. This one was Pumpkin Patch. Look at little Linus in his pumpkin patch. How stinking cute. Love them. This was Winter, I believe. Snow Much Fun. It was called Snow Much Fun. So, yeah, wicked cool. This one was Travel, or Plans. Yeah, it was called Plans. And so we said, you know, what were your plans for the new year? Sandy's card was super duper cool. It had all of the show dates for our shows. And so those were her plans. And then a lot of people did travel. They were all going to travel. This says Live, Laugh, Love. They were going camping. Really cool. She was going to stay home and read. So down with that for sure. I think this one was floral again. Yeah, florals. It's a really popular one. Everybody really likes to do the florals. And then this one was Critters. So, I mean, look at this. Look at how cool this is. Let me see if I can get it out of here. There we go. Look at how cool this is. Bloop. Bloop. How fun is that? Yeah, so some people go all out, some people don't. Sandy and I collaborated on these, so we did this one. My mom painted these ones. These are all hand-painted acrylic ones that she did. She signed them all. Super duper fun. Look at the raccoons. I'm so glad I got this one. I don't even know who made it because they didn't put their name on the back of it. So we have a PDF in the files that has this that you can just print out. But whoever did this one did not put their name on it. It just says hello, and it's got little raccoons all around it. So cute. And then I have all these extra sheets to fill up. I would love to have one of your trading cards in here. So that is my ATC binder. These are some cool ATCs. The ATC swap for this time is Mysticals. And so Mysticals could be anything you want it to be, right? Magical, mystical, I think fairies and dragons and all of that kind of stuff. And I'm going to show you a preview, magic potions. And it says seek magic every day. So purple and blue and teal. Guess I could lay them out so you could see them. And green and lime and yellow, orange and red and pink. I know, it is really cool to see others work. And I was on the fence about ATCs. I was like, I don't know if I really like, ATCs. I mean, what do you do with them? And then once I started collecting them in that binder, I'm like addicted. I love ATCs now. So I just think it's really fun. There was obviously a lot of coloring involved in these ones. And I just used the dye to create a mask. And then I saved this mask because it looks super cool to me. It might end up on the back of one of my cards. And then I just masked each one of them off, and I used Distress Oxide ink and sprayed it. And the reason I used the dye is because I wanted to have like a little halo around them. So see how they have like a little bit of white around them? Super duper cool. And I tied little bows, and there we go. So these ones took a little bit more time, obviously, because there was coloring involved. But yeah, so ATCs are totally a thing, you guys, and you should wicked get into it. And then I printed the little cards from online. They're in our group. And I printed them on sticker paper. And then I just stuck them to the back of these. And then I stick them in a little plastic bag to send to Sandy. So there you go. That's what I do. And I send them to Sandy just like this. I stick them in an envelope and I stick them in the mail. But I'm going to fly to Sandy's house, so I'm going to hand deliver these ones. That's why they're still with me, because they should have been mailed yesterday. They should have been mailed by yesterday at the latest. So, there's that. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I will see you at some point tomorrow, probably the same time, 3 o'clock Mountain Time. And it is always 9 for our swaps because that's how many fit on one of those pages that I just showed you. So it is always 9 for our swaps. Yeah, we're done for today, Milligan. I've been talking at you for an hour and a half, man. So, and plus I got to go work on your blanket, girl. Jeez. All right. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock Mountain Time. So that is 2 Pacific, 3 Mountain, 4 Central, and 5 Eastern. So I will see you guys all tomorrow with some new crazy idea for some new project. Toodles.